Sometimes in the Trompowsky, black queen goes pawn hunting on p2. And that can be a fatal mistake. The queen can get trapped, or even if it survives, white gains powerful activity, long-term pressure, and good attacking chances. Let's dive in. d4, knight f6, bishop g5. This is the Trompowsky attack, and c5 is one of those main options for black. After d5, queen b6 is the most played move in the database. And here we sack the b2 pawn by playing knight c3. And this is called the Vaganian Gambit. Queen takes b2, otherwise there is no point to play queen on b6. And here white's move is bishop d2. Actually, now black has to be very careful. For example, quite natural move like d6 is losing immediately. Rook b1, and there is no good square for queen. If queen goes a3, white follows with knight b5, and there is attack to queen and fork on c7. So after queen takes a2, we can just give a fork and take the rook, and white is winning. Okay, but here black can play queen b6, and actually this is the best move in this position. Now, even white is down a pawn, white can create strong play in the center. e4 and the e5 is already a threat. d6, f4, and now black has three main options: e6, e5, and g6. And against all those lines, white can have advantage. Okay, if black tries to stop white's activity in the center and play e5, we can just follow with f5. And according to the computer, this is clearly better for white already. There is a great space advantage on the king side, and also chances to play on queen side, because there is no way to make any kind of a6 b5 ideas, and there is no chances to make any kind of break on king side. So in this kind of positions, black can just wait what white does. So this is very good position for white. If black tries to fianchetto the f8 bishop, then we can just push e5, takes, and there is no good square for this knight. According to the computer, this is already winning for white. For example, if knight goes to g4, other moves are too passive. We can play rook b1 first, and then after queen c7, we play e6, and now there is no protection on g4. And tactics works well for white. For example, if knight takes h2, there is many ways to win, but I like this one. Check, and these pawns are taking squares from those pieces. After king d8, we can follow with d6, and now there is no protection on h2, and also bishop is joining the attack if if pawn takes, or maybe this is even prettier because there is no squares for the queen. Anyway, if queen takes d6, we can follow with rook takes h2, because after queen takes h2, we can follow with check, and the queen will fall. Okay, there might be even some checkmate ideas, but white's attack is very strong in these lines. So actually it seems that the only idea here is to play e6 and try to create some counter attack in the center and maybe quick development. But here white can just play rook b1, and according to the computer, maybe queen d8 is a little bit better than queen c7. But after queen d8, white has quite easy game. Just take on e6. If bishop takes e6, we can take on b7, and there's many ways to create play. White has at least small advantage here. And if black tries to keep center solid, white will play e5, and then this position will crack. D takes e5, f takes e5, and now, for example, knight d5, white can continue with queen g4, and there is no good ways to get king in safe. White can follow some easy plans like bishop d3, knight f3, castling, and so on. And that's why it's not pleasant for black to play that line. But what happens after queen c7? There is many ways to play, but actually, according to the computer, g4 is the best move here. And if we check the database, this is actually a novelty. If you want to find a novelty in your game, this is the one option to have your name in the database. G4 and now the idea is to push this knight back with g5, and there is no time to take on d5. We can follow with g5, and now if knight jumps somewhere, we can just take the d5, and white's attack is too strong. According to the computer, the best line is to play d4 here, but after knight b5, both pieces are hanging, so this will be a good position for white. Queen e7, we can take here. There is no chance to take this one. We can even play queen e2. There is a fork. Black can't take this because the pin is on e-file, and so on. And if the pawn takes here, white can follow with queen h5. If queen takes here, we can follow with king f2, and this rook is untouchable because now the queen is trapped on the other square, I mean corner. And that's why it seems that in this position black has to try something else. Maybe e5, but we can push g5, and there is no time for bishop g4. We can just play bishop e2 here, and if this kind of trade happens, there is no good square for the knight. If knight goes d7, one option is play f5, which is quite similar than in the earlier e5 line. White has clear advantage because space advantage on king side and good prospects on queen side as well. There is no space and no plans for black, so this is clearly a miserable position for black. There is also other ways to continue. If you like more open position, this is one option, of course. Maybe h6 is one line to play, but now g5 might be the best way to continue. There's other moves as well. Even if you don't like this kind of straightforward approach, you can just play bishop g2, and white is clearly better in this case also. Okay, after g5, takes, knight h5, and probably this is the black's idea here, but we can just push g6. And if knight jumps to g3, we can give a check, and the idea is that if some piece goes to d7, we can play queen f3, which threatens mate, and then this knight. I mean, for example, if bishop goes to d7, queen f3, knight takes h1, we can take here, and then bishop g5, yes, and now, okay, there is no checkmate, but after knight d7, then there is bishop on c8, but in this line, white can just take on e6, and this is winning as well. If bishop takes b5, we can push e7, and according to the computer, this is winning. Okay, there is a threat. If black gives a check, we can play c3. This bishop is untouchable because there is checkmate. And if queen goes d7, we can just take this one, and black pieces are not cooperating. White can easily win more material, and for example, knight takes d6 and rook takes b7 is a threat. Anyway, in this line, if black tries to take this pawn, then we can follow with bishop b5, and there is no good way to put pieces between, because then white can just take e6 and knight will land on d5, which is a great outpost for the knight. But after king d8, we can play a similar fashion like in that other line, e5, and the king is very dangerously in the center. For example, if pawn takes e5, we can give a check, and after bishop e7, this check will be fatal. There is no queen d6 because white can take on d6, and if something like bishop d7 happens, we can just take the bishop and give a fork. So very nice attacking prospects in these lines. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this idea. Thanks for watching.